is an opportunity for the twice winners of the UEFA Youth League to rotate and blood new players ahead of the next stage of the competition. Let's check out the teams for you. Dortmund welcome back Ousmane Diallo and Shell Adik Vatian for today's fixture. The pair can boast 4 goals between them in this season's UEFA Youth League, and Matis Albert is also recalled in 3 changes from the team that drew with Dinamo Zagreb on match day 5. Well, this is how Barcelona line up. They are without one of their joint top scorers in the shape of Oscar Gistau, but another returns as Anau Pradas is back in the starting 11. Marcos Pariego gets the first UEFA Youth League start this afternoon, while 17-year-old keeper Max Bonfil is handed his competition debut. What can this group of youngsters in the Barca colours do in the 24-25 season? Just about to get this fixture underway. Underway then, Dortmund versus Barcelona, match day 6 of the UEFA Youth League. It doesn't quite follow the same plan as the senior sides, just the 6 match days as opposed to the 8. Barcelona will make it through to the knockout stages, as will Borussia Dortmund ahead of this match day. There was a possibility that Dortmund might drop out, but results yesterday and earlier today means that they cannot. Barcelona short of a top 6 spot, aiming to push a little closer towards the top, but they can't jump up any places. Inter, who have won 6 out of 6, and Sporting and Salzburg above them, means that Barcelona will fall just short. Curled in and nodded up. And that should be an easy clearance in ears for Landry, Ivory Coast-born defender, who's been excellent so far this season in the competition. He's featured in all bar 1 of Barcelona's games. Good pressure in the opening exchanges from Dortmund, and maybe the onus is on the Bundesliga academy side to try and make the running. They certainly would have planned as if they would have needed to win to make sure of a top 22 spot. Circumstances, though, over the last 24 hours means that they don't need to win now. But they will be looking to avoid, you would have thought, the likes of Inter and Sporting and Salzburg, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atalanta, who currently hold the top 6 spots. That might change. Stuttgart in action as we speak, could crash the party. This is Albert. Challenge from Geoffrey Torrents. Giuliano Bellotti looking on. A terrific player, of course, in his day. 71 appearances with Barcelona, a Champions League winner with the senior side, and also did brilliantly at Chelsea and, of course, Brazil as well. And Giuliano Bellotti taking charge of the UEFA Youth League side for the first time this season. Early opportunity, though, for Dortmund here with a free kick over on the right-hand side. Chenny will take. Benkara up from the back, Mohamed Kabar as well. Maisa looks for the ball at the edge of the 6-yard box, but it flashes behind. Well, good movement, certainly. Vatian is an interesting player. He's featuring for the 4th time this season. In his 3 previous appearances in the UEFA Youth League, he's managed to score a couple of goals. He netted against Celtic in a 4-0 home success, and also away at Club Brugge in a 1-1 draw. He has been on the bench for the senior side in the Champions League this season and last, and did make his Bundesliga debut last season. Just a handful of appearances. He's appeared once in the German top flight so far this season, just as a late substitute, part of the very good under-17 side at national team level that won the European Championships in 2023. Do sense that there is a very good Germany side coming through. They did brilliantly in the World Cup of the same year, of course, winning that particular competition, and generally, we've not seen German sides do particularly well in the UEFA Youth League. Bayern conspicuous by their absence from going deep into the competition on finals weekend. Barcelona with a chance to break here. Clipped cross that's overcooked just a little bit. It might fall for Vigili. Mike Torberg, who's been in charge for over 4 years now. A former player himself, not with a CV that his opposite number has got, incidentally, but a good player. Danish junior international, but has done brilliantly coaching the junior sides for Borussia Dortmund. Play with Aarhus and Regina in Italy. Also had a brief spell with Hearts in Scotland. Geoffrey Torrens with a touch. And now it's with Leonard Saka. Clever ball over the top, looking for the run of Parellego. Vigili. Stopped by Inacio. He goes to ground. That's going to be a free kick. Well, Albert and Inacio have teamed up pretty well so far for Dortmund in the early exchanges here. It was Albert that went down there. It's only a second start for the United States under-16 international. He came through with LA Galaxy in the United States initially before moving to Europe. Part of the LA Galaxy Academy, of course, the Galaxy winning MLS Cup just recently. A return to form for the Californian side after being overshadowed, really, by LAFC and one or two other newer franchises in the States. Albert choosing to continue his football schooling in Europe and specifically in Germany, and we've seen some very good United States players come through at Dortmund, of course, Pulisic and Reina over the years. Albert, who's just 15, is going to operate over on that right-hand side. Oh, ball's been given away straight to Vigili. Here's an opportunity. Kim. Espart. Back towards Kim, who does get to the byline here and does pull it back. It's a smart stop from Lizevski. Barcelona just beginning to press a little higher up and find their range. Kim. Espart. Landry. Torrens. Neat skill from Vigili once again. He's very much been involved. Scored against Bayern in the 3-1 home success. Just the one goal so far this season, 3 domestically for Barcelona's under-19s. That's who's been carded, not the coach, I can tell you. Bit awkward, really, the challenge, is it, from the Moldovan under-21 international? Lisewski. Second season as #1 for Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Youth League for the 18-year-old. He's a Polish under-19 international. Has been up to Dortmund's second team. Plays in the third tier in Germany. Benkara, part of the under-17 side last term that won the domestic crown, but Borussia Dortmund did fall short when it came to the under-19 title last season. A little bit disappointing in the end for Dortmund. They did finish top of their regional league. 23 wins from 26 games, but they lost the championship final to Hoffenheim, going down 3-1. Plenty of opportunities for a number of the young players on show domestically, with second teams playing in senior football as well as under-19 domestic leagues. Hernandez. Kim. Here is Kim again. Challenge coming in from Jallo. Touch from Landry. Fariñas. Geoffrey Torrens. Opportunity for Hernandez to turn, but he runs into trouble. Dortmund give the ball away once more, though. Virgili. And as you would expect, Barcelona just beginning to dominate play. Didn't make the domestic playoffs last season. They finished third in their section to Mallorca. 11 points off top spot, but crucially 6 behind Espanyol, city rivals in second. They failed to qualify for the final stages, a competition that Atletico Madrid won, beaten in their last 16 of the Copa del Rey, the junior version, to Badalona. Wasn't quite what many wanted at the club. And then the playoff defeat to Mainz in this competition. They lost on penalties after drawing 2-2. Kaba pulled back, free kick. Another player who is pushing towards the first team. He's already played 3 times in the Bundesliga, all by way of a substitute appearance. Has been on the bench on the in the Champions League as well this campaign. He's a accomplished defender, captains Borussia Dortmund's under-19 side at UEFA Youth League level, part of the German under-17 squad that beat France in the European Championship finals in 2023, and then beat France again in the under-17 World Cup, both times on penalties. Scored the winning penalty in the World Cup shootout, 4-3 by way of pens. He's a confident and accomplished player, certainly at this level. It's going to be a free kick. It was a challenge on Chenny. Boots come off. Another German junior international at under-17 level. Scored a really good goal against Real Madrid in the 2-1 away win back in October, as well, with 7 goals domestically as well. Contributes from midfield. Only real opportunity that Barcelona have had getting to the byline over on the right-hand side, but Robin Lisewski was equal to it. Just the 2 clean sheets so far in his 5 appearances this campaign. One against Barcelona would be a significant line on the CV. Barca incidentally have just slipped to 5th in the standings. That's because Stuttgart are leading at the moment. Heading into this game on kick-off time, it was only Stuttgart that could jump above them. That game kicking off an hour earlier. Benkara. Kaba. Maisa. Kaba over on the left-hand side. Kaba infield. Touch from Inacio, the Italian. Now it's with Mohamed Kaba. German junior leagues have been reformatted this season. Well, that's a poor clearance. It's gone straight to Rashidi. Just unable to take advantage of that slip from Max Bonfil. Called over the top. Rashidi will take it on again. Albert. Kaba. Arms go up, flag does not follow, and it does eventually. Mathis Albert called offside. But now groups throughout the country in Germany, so slightly different schedule for the Dortmund U19 side to deal with. Currently in Group C, they are top. They've won 12 of 14. Haven't been beaten thus far. 53 goals scored in their 14 matches, only 7 against. They are 6 points clear of Schalke. They did draw with Fortuna Düsseldorf 0-0 at the weekend. The top 3 go through to the second phase, and then there are final stages after that. Have been very good defensively recently in the Under-19 domestic league. Clean sheets in their last 5. Curl to the left-hand side. Kaba unable to get there. We'll have to try and race back to get into defensive position now. Saka. Xavi Espargaro, just a slip there from Landry. He's done well to recover. Really good running on the left-hand side. And Vigili might be in. Terrific defensive work from Rashidi. Swedish international at both under-17 and now under-19 level. He's 18 now. Played in this competition last season and made his debut prior to that, so he's got plenty of experience in the UEFA Youth League, and it was very much needed there. Well-timed challenge and showed plenty of pace to get back to deny Jan Vigili. First corner for Barcelona from the left-hand side. It's deep as well, and Lizevski will make the save. Not once, but twice. The second effort was pretty comfortably dealt with, but the first, he had to get down low to his right. Crowded penalty area as the corner came in. First time hit that Lizevski did brilliantly to stop. And Andes it was that got the volley in, did score against Brest on match day 5 in the 2-0 home success. Two last season as well, incidentally. Member of Spain's under-17 European Championship final side in the summer. Curl through towards Hernandez again. Thumped away as Dortmund relieve the pressure. Saka for Landry. Xavi Espargaro. Geoffrey Torrens. Albert doing the pressing. Good work as well from the American, but Barcelona, as you would imagine, quite adept at trying to play around the press. It was a neat touch from Kim. Forward by Xavi Espargaro. This is Hernandez. Free kick to Dortmund. Barcelona are aiming to do a little bit better domestically this season, and they are on course to do that. They top their particular group. They've won 11 of 14, just the one defeat, 2 draws so far. Beat Zaragoza at the weekend, 2-1 success. That was after losing to Espanyol prior to that, their first defeat of the season domestically at under 19 level. Copa del Rey is yet to start. The Junior German Cup is underway, but unfortunately for Dortmund, they're already out. Beaten in the first round by Bayer Leverkusen. They drew 1-1 before going out 4-3 on penalties. Competition they've really struggled in over the years. The flag was a little late to go up, but I think the Barcelona players knew as Jenny raced 3. Geoffrey Torrents. Then Osaka. Max Bonfil. Only made 3 appearances for the domestic under-19 side. The usual stopper, Alan Jokovishvili, not involved for this fixture. Back on Barcelona again. Kim to the byline once more. The shot is comfortably charged down and picked up by Lizevski. But Barcelona are beginning to find a way in. Just about kept in. Dortmund lose possession again. Vegili. Touch from Saka. Jallo. Not really seen that much of Ousmane Jallo so far. He's been well marshalled by Landry Fare. Sent off against Fortuna Düsseldorf at the weekend at under-19 level. That 0-0 home draw blotted his copybook somewhat, but a couple of goals in the UEFA Youth League this season. 4 for the domestic under-19s this campaign as well. He has turned out for the second team in the 3rd tier. Spanish-born player. Real good experience for a number of Dortmund players to play in the 3rd division effectively. Dortmund who are currently 13th. 4 points clear of the bottom 4 that go down. A season healthily finishing in mid-table, 14 points clear of the relegation zone. Xavi Espat. Looks for a quick give and go with Arnau Pradas. Fariñas. Geoffrey Torrents. Oh, that's a wonderful flick for Kim. Still going. Touch from Fariñas. Tries to work it back for Marcos Pariego. This is Landry. More and more the play in that Dortmund half at the moment. Pradas looks to go again. Hernandez will leave it. Fariñas waits inside the penalty area. Pariego likewise. Geoffrey Torrents. Kaba pushed over, free kick. Well, clear-cut opportunities, few and far between. 4 goal attempts between the two. as we push into the second quarter of the fixture. 3 for Barcelona, 1 for Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund haven't had one on target just yet, but Barca have had 2. Barcelona, as you would imagine, having more of the ball, 54% possession. The possession that Dortmund have had generally has been in their own half. It looked like handball, but play continues. Vachin looked to try and take it down. That's good running from Jallo over on the left-hand side. Vachin wants it back. It's still Jallo. Well, he's got hold of that one. And it was at rather than to a teammate, and Rashidi couldn't keep it down. Just a bit of frustration from his teammates as well. Kim with a positive run. One back by Kaba. Jallo goes down. Just a slight change of tactic maybe here from Borussia Dortmund. It looks like Inacio is now playing through the centre. Jallo over on the left-hand side, just looking to mix that up a little bit. Neither of them have really been in the game, if we're honest. Geoffrey Torrens to switch play. This is Kim. Ana Pradas. Kim. The movement is good here inside the penalty area. Just tapped towards Hernandez. Pariego it was that made the run. Can Borussia Dortmund break potentially? Albert. Threaded through, but a sliding interception has won it back. Difficult to get beyond that Barcelona midfield. Fariñas has got them well drilled. Captain who's seeing an awful lot of the ball. Here he is again. Xavi Espat. This is Landry. Barcelona probe away from the back, looking to invite the press from Borussia Dortmund. Landry decides to step up, and then Fariñas will find Geoffrey Torrens. Vigili. Geoffrey Torrens steps away from the challenge, makes just a little bit of space for himself here. This is Vigili. Geoffrey Torrens wants it back, drives to the byline, really neat pull back, and the shot is wide. Hernandez just opens up his body. It was always spinning away from the target. Best move we've seen. Barcelona with a neat move. Operating on that left-hand side, really good play from Vigili. And Geoffrey Torrens, who continued his run. And then as Juan Hernandez just opened up his body and tried to guide it into the corner away from Lizevski. It was a metre or so wide of the target. Barcelona growing in confidence perhaps here. Not that they were short of confidence when they started this fixture, having won the last 4. Pariego unable to get to that. It's been brought down on the edge of the area. Albert to control, but then run into trouble. Geoffrey Torrens helps win it back. Just since the tempo has been up by Barcelona. Playing with a little bit more energy. Sized up the opposition, now beginning to turn the screw and find a way through. Lizevski to clear. Jallo could be on the way. Landry makes the mistake. Jallo racing free. He's got options here, but Jallo's still going. Landry gets the block in, not once but twice. Saka helps him out. Jallo's going to go again. Albert is up with play here. It's still Jallo, and eventually it's out for a goal kick and no more. Well, to a certain extent, you could argue he's a little selfish there. Albert was to his right. And Inacio had got forward eventually. 3 times he had the opportunity to try and find a teammate. Intent on going for goal himself. Geoffrey Torrens, who's impressed at left-back so far. We're approaching the half hour. Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0. With Stuttgart currently leading, it means that Barcelona have dropped to 5th place. But from a Dortmund point of view, 15th at the minute now. That is crucial. Bottom 6 of the 22 that qualify will take on the top 6. That middle 10 in a draw with teams from the domestic champions path, and there are some good academy sides in it. Still like to think you'd rather avoid slipping into the bottom 6 of the league phase. Landry. Geoffrey Torrens away from Albert. Another positive run from the left back. This is Keane. Ana Pradas still going. Landry controls. Geoffrey Torrens, Parejo, Fariñas, this is Landry. Barcelona move it from left to right and get themselves out of a tight spot, bossing possession at the moment. Clever ball through to the left-hand side, but Rashidi should do enough, but he doesn't. He loses out, and the shot fired in, tight angle, comfortable stop. Maybe needed to take another touch there. Jean Virgili. Didn't quite hit it as he really wanted to. 3 domestically, 1 in the UEFA Youth League this season. 18-year-old brings a comfortable save out of Robin Lizevski. Already know a few of the teams that are through from the domestic champions path. Manchester United knocked out by AZ. We know how good the Dutch side have been in this competition recently. Lokomotiva Zagreb through, as are Olympiacos. And Trabzonspor. Of course, Olympiacos winners last year. A number of their side performing really well for the senior team. Javier Espart. Parejo. Geoffrey Torrens to come forward. Hernandez calling for it left-hand side. Right is Ana Pradas. The wingers have switched here. This is Geoffrey Torrens. Parejo. Ana Pradas. Low balling. Good ball in as well. Just gets away from Kim. And Virgili, who's now operating on the right-hand side, is well marshalled. Then the ball's been given away again. Javier Espart Stopped right on the edge of the penalty area. Breakaways on. Jallo's ball isn't the best, and Landry is there to cover. Fariñas. Just 2 wins the last 6 for Dortmund in the UEFA Youth League and 3 the last 9. If you delve back into last season, failed to score against Dinamo Zagreb, of course, after scoring in their previous 19 in the UEFA Youth League. They're usually good for a goal or two. Rashidi's header. This is Albert. Previously failing to score against Copenhagen back in September 22 when they were beaten 2-0 here. But obviously that scoreless draw last time out, altering the stat. Wouldn't say the watertight at the other end, just 3 clean sheets in their last 11 in the UEFA Youth League. Nacio does well, makes himself available. The Italian races forward. He's got 2 Barcelona players to take on and tried to drive in between them. Again, good running. Vigini. Cabal. Well, if that was meant for Nick Czerny, he had little chance of getting to it. Joffre Torres for Barcelona. He's been key on the left-hand side over the course of the opening 36 minutes here. Landry, Saka. And Apradas gets to the byline. Comfortable for Lizevski again. Finding it really difficult to get outside of their own half at the moment, Borussia Dortmund, but there's an out ball here potentially for them. Good running from Inacio. Looking to curl it through for Vachin. Does get the shot away. Fine save from Bonfil. Got down well. Dortmund looking to press again. Inacio to switch the play to the left-hand side. Jallo won't be able to get there, but Kaba should be. Still Mohamed Kaba. Jallo still going. Fine effort. Brilliant goal. Dortmund have the advantage against the run of play. Well, he's been persistent. Has Ousmane Jallo. He's been 1 or 2 good openings and opportunities. But this time, after a really good ball from Kaba, he's made Barcelona pay. They haven't had too much defending to do, in truth. Clever reverse ball, 1 touch, and it was the pace of the shot that did for Max Bonfil, who made a really good save just a moment or 2 earlier. Viciously struck. Fine strike with real power and purpose. Well, Dortmund lead by a goal to 0. Not a scoreline you would have thought, given the dominance of Barcelona in this first period. Could he have done a little bit better? It's probably harsh. It was struck with so much venom. Made a top stop just prior to that. Rashidi. What that does mean is that Dortmund will jump to 10th. They cannot get into the top 6, which would have been a real carrot for them. Barcelona will stay 5th. But 5th only on goals scored. Come up. Rashidi. Just 3.5 minutes to go until half-time. Chances at a premium. Barcelona have had the bulk of them, but Dortmund have taken the one that separates the two sides. Parego. Determined run. What about the cutback? Well, Hernandez needed to leave that. Albert up against Geoffrey Torrens. Vatian right-hand side. Geoffrey Torrens has got back in position. Parego. And Alpraras. Rashidi to clear, got the final touch on that goal kick. Only suffered defeat once in the last 9 in 90 minutes away from home. Barcelona, they've been good on their travels in the UEFA Youth League, and they have scored in their last 11 away UEFA Youth League games since a 4-0 reverse at the hands of Benfica back in September 21, and they've scored 2 or more in their last 6 away. So you'd like to think that they could get one to get them back on terms here if those stats are to continue, and to give us a pointer as to what to expect in the second half, or maybe even late in the first. Parego wins it back and then runs into the referee. Landry. Just the 1 minute of added on time. Geoffrey Torrens is being held by Albert, and that might be a yellow card. There was no real attempt to play the ball at all. Just got away with that, the young American. Xavier Espart. Dortmund managed to win it back. Barcelona have possession again, though. Xavier Espart. What a first half that Barcelona dominated in terms of possession. But their possession-based football did not give them a goal. This man scored for Dortmund on the break. Ousmane Diallo did brilliantly with his shot that Max Bonfil could not keep out. Too powerful. Just after Bonfil made a really good save, but at the other end, Lizevski has been busier for sure. Barcelona have had chances. They haven't taken them, and it means at the break, it's Borussia Dortmund 1, Barcelona 0. Underway then for the second half. Dortmund leading Barcelona by a goal to 0. Diallo's effort late on in that first period, a rare sortie into Barcelona territory for the Dortmund forwards, resulting in the only goal of the game so far. Alteration there, you can see for Barcelona, and we get a glimpse of Shane Kluivert, who's just 17. It's his debut in the competition. He's the son of Patrick Kluivert and the brother of Justin, half-brother, who of course is playing at Bournemouth these days. We'll see what Shane can do, the number 19. He is a midfielder, can play a little further forward as well. He's only played once for the domestic under-19 side. That was as a substitute. He's played for the B team, but he is a Dutch under-19 international. Kluivert coming on for Juan Hernandez, who did have a couple of opportunities in the first half, just was unable to take them. So we'll see if that means a little bit of a reshuffle, see if Kluivert plays further forward as Hernandez did. Looks to be the case, doesn't it? Landry. It's a little short, but Bonfil is close enough to the edge of his penalty area to come and get the touch ahead of Inacio. Vigini, good running once again, brilliantly done, wonderful goal! Jean Vigini makes it 1-1. Well, towards the end of the second half, the Barca number 7 had opted to play on the right-hand side. Back on the left. He's cut inside here, made space brilliantly, beat 2 Dortmund defenders, and curled that one into the top corner. Lizevski, no chance. And Barcelona, you would have to say, deservedly back on terms. Threatened that in the opening 20-25 minutes of this fixture. The combination play with himself and Geoffrey Torrens, the left-back, was excellent. And then for the final, 10-15 minutes maybe, he switched to the other side. didn't quite have the same effect. Didn't really link up with Xavi Espa particularly well. Switch back to the left flank, and he's produced a wonderful goal on Barcelona, a 1-1. What does that mean for Dortmund's position? Live table means that they are still going to avoid a team in the top 6. They would have to lose to sink a little further, and potentially these two sides can be drawn again to face each other. Long time to go in this fixture, though. Oh, right on the edge of the area. Was it inside or out? What's the referee going to give here? Just a corner. Well, that looked ill-advised challenge as Jallo tried to wriggle inside the box. It was certainly inside the penalty area. Geoffrey Torrance, I think, has got away with one there. Flag kicker no more. Gianni to take. After some running repairs with the boots of the Barca keeper. Chenny with the outswinger, plenty of movement inside the Barcelona penalty area. Flicked on by Mesa. Inacio drives to the byline, still going the Italian. That's another corner. That's good play from Samuel Inacio. Might be a little fortunate that the corner has gone his way. Italian under-17 international. He's only 16. He scored a couple of goals in the recent European qualifiers for his country at under-17 level. Yet to score in the UEFA Youth League, but one for the domestic under-19s this campaign. In-swinger this time. There's two Dortmund players that have gone down inside the area, and then a fairly wild effort from Inacio, and that's going to be a goal kick. Xavi Espa. Then it's Saka. Vigili control lets him down. He's frustrated there, the winger. Inacio looking for Albert. Parego lets it run. Saka. Fariñas. Fariñas again. Well, Inacio is going to be carded. He's certainly going to be spoken with by the referee. It just looked like a shove to me, but Fariñas went down clutching the ankle. Xavi Espa. Flick from Ana Pradas. Caba, strong play from the captain and fullback, and the stride lengthens as he goes forward. Just about keeps his balance. Looks for Jallo. Landry. After the ball had gone, he's booked for his lunge. Both Barcelona fullbacks cautioned. Jenny on free kick duty once again and glanced wide. Well, Kaba jumps higher than everyone inside the penalty area, but can't direct his header on goal. Bonfield. Jan Virgili. Oh, shows pace and still going here. Kluivert calling for it. Jan Virgili will pull it back. It ricochets around. It nearly goes back to the winger, who curls back in, and it's cleared away by Maisa. This is the glancing header that went wide. Barcelona with a corner. Taken short and then fed back to the left-hand side. The drive in low is easily intercepted. Ousmane Diallo rides one challenge, can't keep the ball in play. Barcelona have a throw. Saka, Landry, 10 minutes into the second half, one apiece. A result that will just about do from a Dortmund point of view. Kaba, whose influence is growing in this second half, despite the fact that his team have been pegged back. This is Inacio. Still, Samuel Inacio shows quick feet and does win the corner. And Dortmund are a threat from situations like this. We've seen Mohamed Kaba and Musa Kaba go close on a couple of occasions. Jenny to take again. Towards the far post this time. Nodded back, must be. Diallo can't force it home, but it does go into the back of the net, and Dortmund are in the lead once again. As it pinballed around, it's the Bundesliga Academy side that get their noses in front for a second time in this fixture. They're not back across the face of goal, just enough to tee it up. But who got the final touch on this? Kept in play, Diallo with a swing and a miss, and then prodded forward by Musa Kaba, who will claim the goal, and Dortmund are back in front. You can see the Barcelona backline looking at each other and thinking, well, why didn't you deal with it? I thought you were going to knock it away. I thought you were. And Kaba stuck out a right boot. Really good delivery from Czerny from the left-hand side. Game has opened up a little bit in this second half. Javier Spark. Saka to come forward. His gifted possession to Dortmund. Won back well by Kim. Javier Espar, Kim to turn, Kluivert's on the move. Inacio. Jallo takes it on, he's away from Landry, still going, it's Usman Jallo! Bonfil makes the save, it was straight at him to a certain extent. We've got two Dortmund players down. Powerful strike yet again. That was the Landry and Inacio situation, which saw the latter stay on the turf, and it allowed Jallo to continue on. The angle was always against him, but it was a strong effort and a good stop. Inacio okay to continue. He's been better in the second half. Well, they've won 4 on the spin. Looking for 5 wins on the spin for the first time in 6 years in this competition, but they've been take back once more and trail once more. Geoffrey Torrens pulls it back. Kaba. Jallo on the move. He's got some pace. Looks to try and take it on. Javier Espar is beaten to it, and Jallo still has it. He gets away from Landry, uses his pace here, still going. Well, in the end, the decision goes against the Dortmund striker, but he's proved a real handful in this second period. Just a tug of the arm, as you can see. Changes for Dortmund here. Going to see Tachan Echibasi. Jonas Feddersen, I think I saw warming up as well. We'll just wait and see, though. Keane. Strong challenge to win it back, only momentarily though, as Barcelona have it. And Aplaras, here comes the change. Physio might be required. Kim suggesting that he got one in the face with an elbow. Not quite sure if that was the case, but there was no shirking the challenge, that's for sure. Luca Reggiani, I think he's coming on as well. How many changes have we got? Certainly Tachan Echibasi is on. You know, you can see Luca Reggiani is also coming on. Kaba, a bit of a surprise that the skipper's coming off. Jonas Feddersen, German under-18 international, number 6 you can see there. It's featured in all bar one of the UEFA Youth League games this season. Inacio has done well in this second half to be replaced, I think, or is he? There is Kaba. And Vacen is also coming off, who's been a little bit on the periphery. It looks to be Albert, the other player that's coming off. Echibasi is on. So Dortmund lead Barcelona by 2-1. We've had just over an hour. Much better contest in this second half. Both of the young teams have tried to play on the front foot. Kluivert to turn, ball bounces through. Mesa and Benkara. Benkara to clear, but his clearance wasn't great. Straight to Vigili. Parego loses out. Kaba, the goal scorer, will play it back. Fedderson's going to play left back, isn't he? So that's like for like. Given away, this is Kim. Parego. Geoffrey Torrance joining in. Haven't seen his thrust from left back as frequent in this second half as we did in the first. This is Landry. Javier Espat. And now Pradas. Just look like Tejane Chibasi is going to play as a central striker. Fedderson's going to have to get back here. Ana Pradas. Nacio's still on, isn't he? So it's going to be a slight change for his position, really, with Tejane through the centre. Barcelona readying replacements. Gilly, bullet header. Landry into the corner for 2-2. Brilliant delivery from the right. Barcelona strike from a corner. Landry unchallenged inside the Dortmund penalty area with a firm downward header that flashes beyond Lizevski. Dortmund 2, Barcelona 2. Well, for all the pretty patterns and deliberate approach play and cohesiveness through midfield, sometimes you just need to get good delivery inside the penalty area, and Landry Farrick, unmarked, unchecked, did the rest. 2 apiece. And Pradas. Riego brought down, free kick. Here come the changes for Barcelona. Marcos Parego just caught a few moments ago, one of the players to go off. Guillaume Victor is coming on. And now Pradas for Vincent Pozzati is the other change. And now Pradas, he's got 3 goals in the competition this season. Not seen a lot of him in this game. He's mainly featured over on the right-hand side. Neil Vincent, incidentally, is a debutant in the competition. Has been playing for the B team, the B under 19 side, along with the likes of Shane Kluivert, not for the domestic under 19s at A level. Feddersson. Rashidi flicks on. Dortmund get the call. Midpoint of this second half. Just ticked by. Really good contest since the restart. A little flat in the first half. Much more energy and effort. 3 goals helps as well. Masio. Another change for Dortmund. Alex Niziolek coming on. And Benkala, the player to come off. Niziolek to replace him, who is a striker, so it's going to mean a little bit of a switch up tactically, maybe. We'll see how that works out. Gianni, here it is, Alex Niziolek still going forward, just get the shot away, but good block from Saka. Guillaume Victor. Kim rise the challenge. Clive through the centre. Kim is still going. And was he brought down? Referee decides to give a yellow card to the Barcelona winger. Kim into the book for simulation. Let's have another look. I mean, that's harsh, isn't it? That, I mean, I think that there's a definite tug on his shirt. This is the Niziolek effort. "20 minutes remaining." Getting a little feisty out there. Cards beginning to come out like confetti as the substitute Dejan Echibasi goes into the book. Scored against Real Madrid in the 2-1 away success back in October. 6 goals domestically for the under-19s, but the former Schalke junior player and German under-17 international has been booked. His first contribution since coming on as a sub. Kim. Landry, whose goal got Barca back level. Oh, wonderful flick from Kim, who's on his way again. Now then, up against Chen, he stays on his feet this time. Neil Vincents. Javier Spar. Landry's touch was a little heavy. Oh, and he's gone down. He felt the challenge. Ball has been switched back towards Neil Vincents. He looks to race inside the penalty area. Really good work. Brought down. Penalty, was it? What's the referee given here? Goal kick. Oh, let's have another look at this. Wonderful crossfield ball. The header was positive. The run was good. The feet were quick. And then does he throw himself to the ground? Well, maybe that should have been a yellow card for diving as well. That seemed a little more obvious, maybe the closer to the play you were. Landry. Fariñas. No way out for the captain. Up against Kaba. Kim. Landry. Javier Spar. Neil Vincents. Kim rides the first challenge. Looking to get away again. The diminutive midfielder caught once more. This time he does get the call. He's on the deck. The challenge was poor. right on the edge, right on the angle of the box. Barcelona with a free kick. Joffre Torrents to take. Up goes the signal. Left-footed in swing may be here 4 to aim at. It's not packing the penalty area, Barcelona personnel. Joffre Torrents is going to curl towards the far post. Well, that was a waste. Couldn't quite see what he was trying to do there, unless it was an attempted effort on goal. Two coaches on the right there, Mike Torberg, on the left, Giuliano Belletti. Barcelona win it back. Keen to push it on. Vigili's on his way again. Looks to try and slip it through, just behind Shane Kluivert. Inacio under pressure. Shoved over by Javier Spard, who's penalised. Landry slips, gets back up, does well. Good awareness to know where Joffre Torrents is. This is Leonard Saka. Javier Spard. Neil Vincent. Cleverly done. Oh, and then loses out. And the counter is on potentially here. Samuel Inacio. Italian drives inside the area. Landry with a defensive header again. Still Inacio. Feddersen free if required. Doesn't really spot him. Kim. Cava helps win it back. And Inacio once more. Dortmund looking to press and get some bodies inside the penalty area, but they're forced back. Reggiani. Lezewski. Inacio with a flicked header. Well, Kluivert's going to chase this one down, but he's not going to get there. Reggiani can just shepherd it out of play. And we've got 12 minutes remaining here. Two teams, you sense, are a little tired. Changes have been made. Dortmund one more with Barcelona 2 if required. I'm sure that they will just change things up a little bit for the final 10. Landry. Clip forward for Keane, but it's Probably the smallest player on the pitch. Never going to get to that one. Najana down the line. Nijiewicz goes down under the challenge of Landry. Play continues. After a flurry of activity for the first 20, even 25 minutes of this half, it's just slowed down a little bit, hasn't it, since that second equaliser from Barcelona. More of a midfield battle. Geoffrey Torrens. Jean Virgili. Is the referee spotted here? Card coming out, one of the coaches perhaps? Which one? Mike Tulberg, the Dortmund coach, has been cautioned, has he? He's still arguing the case, but caution given to the coach. But he will be pleased about the way that his side have gone about their business today against one of the UEFA Youth League favourites, certainly. And as long as they can keep Barcelona out here and grab the draw, should be enough. It should be enough anyway, even if they slump to defeat, because they've got a better goal difference than a number of teams on 8 points. Well, eventually the corner will be taken. Geoffrey Torrens will take, left-footed. Plenty of dip on this one. Oh, wonderful header! Saka met it so well. Barcelona lead by 3-2. It's the Moldovan under-21 international. Both of the centre-halves have scored from set pieces now. Great movement inside the area. Met sweetly, turned home with power. Lizevski couldn't get a finger on that. Brilliantly turned home by the 17-year-old Leonard Saka. Joins Landry Fare as a goal scorer. And the Barcelona backline is showing the forwards how it's done. This is the way with those teams right at the top. Doesn't really shift too much for Barcelona. It would have taken an extraordinary result for them to drop out of the top 6. For Dortmund, well, now then, it does mean that they're 18th. They can't finish outside the 22, as we mentioned, but their position now would mean that they're in that group that will be drawn against those in the top 6. So arguably the best 6 teams in the UEFA Youth League. That's what he does do. Along with Monaco, Dinamo Zagreb, Lille, Liverpool and Celtic. That's how it stands at the minute. That's not going to change. This is the last game we've got in the league phase. So Dortmund really could do with a level up. Rashidi. Corner. Dortmund waste the flat kick, or do they? Another opportunity to centre chin. His deliveries have been pretty good recently. Rashidi, claimed by Bonfield. Jadot striding forward on his left side. It takes a deflection. They're claiming handball. The referee had a good look at that and says no. Guillem Victor. Barcelona looking to try and break. Kluivert was racing through the centre. Free kick. Reminder once again, the clubs ranked 1st to 6th in the Champions League path will play the clubs ranked 17th to 22nd. At the moment, Dortmund are in that latter group, 18th. Barcelona obviously in the former group. And the clubs ranked 7th to 16th will face the 10 clubs that qualify via the domestic champions path. So Dortmund, having been ahead twice, look like they're going to find themselves in what you'd have to say is the toughest section for them. At the minute, into Sporting Salzburg, Barcelona obviously, Stuttgart and Real Madrid. I keep saying at the minute, this is the last game. The top 6 unlikely to change, but of course it takes something remarkable for Dortmund to do that to Barcelona. But at the other end, just a point for Dortmund would see them jump into that bracket, which will see them face a domestic champions path qualifier. Ooh, two Barcelona players getting in each other's way. Landry is up on his feet quickly. Yeah, referee's going to stop it sensibly. Max Bonfield waits. Kluivert. Guillem Victor. Jan Vigili scored the first leveller for Barcelona today. Geoffrey Tonnens is onside. The delivery here towards Neil Vincents. Fariñas lets it bounce. Kim to control and turn. Neil Vincents. Javier Spat. Just just about to tick into the 90th minute here. Dortmund, who will be in the hat for the knockout stages, but which section will they be in? They need a goal to give them a slightly easier draw. Otherwise, these two sides could conceivably play again. Belletti has been jumping up and down on the sidelines. He's trusted his team to get themselves out of a tough situation on a couple of occasions, and they've done just that. They've been patient. 2 goals have been on Barcelona-like in many ways, or 2 of the 3 have. First was a cracker from Jan Virgili. 4 minutes of added on time. Thought we might get a little bit more than that. Chibasi. I haven't seen so much of him in an advanced area. I thought Mathis Albert did pretty well. First 20-25 minutes or so, we didn't see a lot from Vacen. Jallo's been good. Here he is again, looking to win a corner, just unable to do so against Geoffrey Torrens, who's had an accomplished game at left back, both defensively and moving forward. And speaking about moving forward, Jan Virgili plus on the afterburners here is significant and skillful run, but eventually he has to turn back and use Kim. Guillaume Victor, Landry, and Feddersen is going to get a yellow card for the challenge on Neil Vincent. Those two have had an interesting battle since they both come on as subs. Guillaume Victor brought down. There's confirmation of the Feddersen yellow card. Neil Vincent to drive inside that Dortmund penalty area and to pick the pass towards Kluivert, and then the shot wasn't that far away, but still wide from Guillaume Victor. He's done well since coming on. Neil Vincent wants the Dortmund defence to come towards him, quite happy just to control and manage the game from here on in. Still got a couple of minutes of added on time here. Looking for a 5th win on the spin, Barcelona, to round out the league phase on a real high against tough opposition that were twice in front against them. Barcelona have had to dig deep, but they've done just that. 3-2 victory does seem about right. About fair. They've been the better side. Dortmund, though, have been physical and athletic and look to take their chances when they've come around. They haven't had as many, certainly not as good ones. And ironically, set pieces that unfortunately have been their downfall. Landry's going to come off. Late change here for Barcelona. Hector Rangel, he's going to come on.
Come on.
Guillaume Victor. Jallo looked like he was standing in an offside position, but he's managed to get possession. Hector Rangel to clear. Kaba. Feddersen. Last chance for a leveller here for Dortmund. They need to move the ball a little quicker than they're doing. Here is Musa Kaba again. Scored once and does manage to dig out the delivery. And then the challenge from Diallo is an unfair one. And Saka, not for the first time, puts his body on the line at the back. He's had a very good game defensively. And he's popped up with what is increasingly looking like the winning goal. Dortmund were twice in front and look set to make the draw for the knockout stages a little easier for themselves. But Barcelona struck back on 3 occasions to win it 3-2. Diallo got the opener before Vigili made it 1-1. Kaba from close range got Dortmund back in front before Landry's header made it 2-2. And Saka's late header, again from a corner, gave Barcelona the win that cemented their place in the top 6 and ostensibly an easier draw for the knockout stages. As for Borussia Dortmund, well, they're in the top 22, so they will make the draw and they could face Barcelona again, but Mike Tolberg's side did have that opportunity to finish just that little higher and get a draw against a team from the domestic champions path. As it is, it's going to be tough for them to progress, but they have got quality. We'll see how that works out. Full time here, Dortmund 2, Barcelona 3.